In this video, we're going to analyze what could happen with Bitcoin after experiencing this strong bearish impulse. We'll conduct a thorough cross-analysis and place significant emphasis on the actions of other altcoins such as Polkadot or Cardano. Bitcoin and Ethereum, following the strong bearish impulse, are tracking the market with a bearish channel. This event, I assure you, holds an importance and relevance that will define the short and medium-term outlook for crypto. In this video, we'll delve into what could transpire with Bitcoin after undergoing this significant bearish. As you may recall, we're coming from a bullish reaccumulation process where smart money has propelled its valuation not only to the first institutional target, but also to the second institutional target. This has left a gap indicating buyer weakness, and smart money has worked on a compression process, a distribution to ultimately reveal its true intentions, which is to direct the crypto market downward. Under the notion of looking downward, as we've discussed in previous videos, we've analyzed substantial opportunities for short trading. For instance, in the case of Polkadot, we observed the same compression, that declarative bearish impulse signaling intentions, and we could anticipate the price at the breakout origin, a situation and context ideal for attempting a short position in the market. Correction. Origin of the breakout, whether here or here, go in search of that replica. More than a replica, go for the big move. We could expect some sort of bullish correction after the recent bearish impulse we just experienced to eventually anticipate further bearish continuations in the market. Apart from Polkadot, which has presented us with this opportunity, we also had the chance with Cardano. It was telling us exactly the same thing. The price came with great speed upon a very relevant structure, which we saw had been compressed to break through it with a strong bearish impulse declaring significant intentions. We could anticipate the price at the breakout origin to seek an operational short idea. And if you now look at Solana, what we are seeing is the same, in a somewhat different structure though, as it is an upward channel. Here, we gave great importance to the compression you are seeing on the screen, as well as the trap. In total, we defined a level, a relevant breakout, a very aggressive rupture, which despite coming with a large wick, did not frighten us. We understood equally that it is indeed a strong bearish impulse, and we could expect such a correction on which to base an operational idea of shorting the market. Something interesting would be to try to open a short around here and let them take us. What would be sensible is to wait for a small correction, perhaps on that structure, to eventually we'll see if they want to trick us into seeking some liquidity or not. But the idea will be to look for a bearish continuation in the market. Now, look at how interesting BNB has become. In BNB, we've been talking about the strong bearish impulse that led to the removal of Changpeng Zhao at Binance. Now, notice how this has been confirmed, eventually as a trap, as the price has come to seek the defense zone, that highly relevant structural level which only serves to confirm the market trap up here. So, here we also had a really positive reaction zone to look for a short. And if you're enjoying what you're seeing, let me know in the comments. Also, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell so that YouTube notifies you of future posts. Before discussing what we think will happen on the Bitcoin chart, as I advance that, things here seem quite clear. Let's conduct our cross-analysis and place significant emphasis on what other altcoins like Polkadot or Cardano are doing. Now, look at Polkadot. We've already talked about this compression accompanied by a strong bearish impulse. What we are clearly seeing here is that the correction, which will last as long as they want, is still very much in play. Remember our hypothesis, and now eliminating this line that no longer serves us, although it has been very useful for finding that short idea. As mentioned, the crucial line is this structure. Honestly, many times when the price comes with great acceleration over a relevant structure and the response is what we see. This bearish response is part of a relevant structure. We were not off track when we were saying in previous videos that now we have to experience a corrective pattern. They could even extend it and set a trap. Why not? But the idea will be to look for macro-structural breakouts, an event that could take us to lower levels. Now, looking at Cardano, we'll see exactly the same. This line was really useful, as you saw a moment ago, but it's no longer necessary. I don't need to repeat the theory, as it's the same as what we've seen in Polkadot. Here is the bearish impulse, and here we are experiencing that corrective pattern, a corrective pattern. If you ask me, yes, it may extend in time as much as they want, even set a trap, something like a Z, but this breakout will define the near future of the crypto ecosystem, prioritizing the idea of shorts. Keep in mind that at Crypto Insight, we have no ego. If we see that with the passage of time, ideas could change, we'll certainly let you know. But as of today, we see that everything is following the plan. And now I'm going to share very interesting trading ideas to take advantage of the crypto market, a market that is so complicated. But before that, it is essential for us to look at the BNB chart, as you remember that the removal of Changpeng Zhao was really relevant. It caused a strong bearish impulse that was preceded by a trap. Quite curious timing. Also, remember how we were telling you that the fact that we had this strong bearish impulse promoted by the removal of Changpeng Zhao, it made sense that after seeing the entire crypto market collapse, in the case of BNB, it couldn't collapse further. Basically, because it was already at very low price levels, very close to that relevant trend line that we are going to give great importance to in the future, as its break, as I've shown you in other charts, will be decisive. It is for this reason that BNB, after that generalized crypto collapse, didn't have much room left and had a lot to recover. Hence, we have seen this search for the institutional target of all this accumulation, making the operational and analytical idea exactly the same in Polkadot, Cardano, and BNB, despite the different timing in the case of BNB, as the damage to BNB had already occurred in advance with the removal of Changpeng Zhao. And here to the right, we are seeing that correction, that time consumption, which may or may not set a trap or an upthrust for us, but we will have to monitor this structure because if they break it, a bearish stretch awaits us, as we will go after this bearish replica. And before we move on to Bitcoin, I want you to remember where this large Ethereum rectangle comes from. As you can see, it originates from the break of a truly important structure, as it involves that trend line that supported Ethereum in its rise. The moment of its loss defined the origin of the break that we have outlined with a rectangle. And yes, if you were wondering, what you are seeing now is pure cinema. Take a look. The price came, hit the origin of the break, compressed it, and here they have already told us what they want to do with its quotation. Unlike altcoins, as we will now see with Bitcoin as well, Bitcoin and Ethereum, after the strong bearish impulse, are following the market with a bearish channel. And I guarantee you that this event has an importance and relevance that will define the short and medium-term crypto. Here, some trading ideas are born where we can take positions that are very, very interesting. And right now, I'm going to share them with you. But before that, welcome to Crypto Insight, your ethical and moral channel for cryptocurrency technical analysis. Here, we really know what we're talking about. We conduct advanced technical analysis that has been developed for over 12 years. We upload videos several times a week. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, let me know and leave a comment with your opinion. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell so you don't miss the next opportunity. Continuing with Ethereum, what are we seeing here? As I explained a moment ago, the rest of the altcoins, except for BNB, have been working on a strong bullish impulse that has hit a relevant level. Its repercussion has been a bearish impulse declaring intentions, which is now working on its corrective pattern, even defining the macro compression trendline that could cause a black swan event in the future. What I've drawn on the right are the altcoins, and as you can see on your left, Ethereum, and then I'll show you Bitcoin. They work something very different. Well, how can all this come together? I'm going to be very clear. Thanks to the cross-technical analysis, a style of technical analysis that we have created at Crypto Insight, which involves analyzing different assets, matching them to assess such deviations, and interpreting which assets provide us with very valuable, qualitative information that others may not do at that moment. And then we can make much more interesting operational decisions. So, Ethereum might be wanting to offer us two bearish entry opportunities, if it makes sense to expect the price to rise in the immediate short term, and this point can be an interesting level to wait for a rebound. But apart from this interesting level number 1, we have identified level number 2, which is also very, very interesting, where the market either at point 1 may continue this bearish fall, or at point number 2, even with a small trap, because yes, it may give us that continuation to the bearish market. I really like the scenario I'm presenting to you on the screen now, as the break of this trend line will be perceived by the average retail investor as confirmation to go to heaven, a scenario that smart money would be taking advantage of to absorb that liquidity and continue with an already announced declaration of intentions. So, remember, the average retail investor sees on their chart and most remembers this strong bullish impulse, and often they do not differentiate between short-term, medium-term, and long-term. By this, I mean that the average retail investor analyzes any of these timeframes and trades on any of them, without any connection. And in those market contexts where we see a strong bullish impulse, whether it's for the short term, medium term, or long term, the retail investor just wants to look up. Therefore, in the break of this trend line in a short or medium term analysis, if the retail investor sees this break, They will only remember the significant rise that I just showed you and will be eager to buy, feeling more confident than anyone else. An ideal situation context to absorb and continue the true movement. And now let's talk about Bitcoin. In the case of Bitcoin, we've been working on this said impulse, followed by this supply line that the price is now defending. Frankly, I find it a horrible, disastrous working angle. That's why I see it makes sense to wait for the breakout of this micro trend line to the upside and even pierce this supply line. The idea would be to reach this creek, an optimal level where we can expect this continued bearish movement. Although, as I mentioned with Ethereum, we could also expect such a trap scenario that comes here to clear out a very good structural area to look for this continued bearish movement. Now tell me, what do you think about it? Are you bullish or bearish in the short term? What about the medium and long term? If you are enjoying this video, let me know in the comments. Also, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell icon so that YouTube notifies you of future posts. I hope you have enjoyed this advanced technical analysis. I wish you the greatest success in your trading operations and see you in the next one. Goodbye.